All right, Coach Browning, another week of baseball underway. You traveled down to San Angelo to play Angelo State over the weekend. Had Ouachita at home yesterday. Let's talk about the games.
Well, we traveled down to Angelo State this past weekend, and kind of like we talked last week in the show, it was going to be one of those weekends to kind of find out where you are as a team. You're playing a top 15 team, the second weekend of the year. You're going to find out really quick what your team's made out of. Very good series. We went down there game one. Pitching battle between their #1 starter and our guy James Bond. Great pitching matchup. It's one of those it's a pitcher's battle, and the only difference is they took advantage of a mistake or two throughout the game and scored a couple more runs than we did, and we came out on short end of the stick game one. But like I said, just great pitching matchup. Game two, a little bit different story. We had an injury to our starting pitcher right off the bat and kind of dug ourselves in a hole. But our offense came alive. Our bullpen guys that we had to bring in came in, kept the game close. John Mark Abbey came in for Jansen Carr, kept the game close, allowed us to start tacking away some runs. Then we kind of put the game out of reach late in the game. I think 17-8, and then that got us ready for game three. And same thing, really good ball game. When you got two good teams playing, with the series on the line, and a lot of intensity, a lot of emotions throughout the game. And we found ourselves in a tied ball game there in the 8th inning, and we had a couple miscues defensively that cost us a ball game. And so we walked out there losing 2 out of 3 to a really good team on the road. Found out a lot about ourselves, found out some weaknesses that we need to work on, found some strengths. Saw some guys step up and do some things, which was good to see. But again, very good ball club down there at San Angelo, and yesterday, not so good. Played a good Ouachita Baptist team. Jumped out on them early. Had a chance to put the game out of reach, and then, like I said, just had some opportunities to get some guys in some situations and put them out there and see what they could do. And things didn't go our way. And that's the good thing about being early in the year, though, is it's better to find out when you're 7-8 games into the season if somebody can perform or can't perform, versus when you're 40-50 games into the season. And that's what happened to us yesterday. We put a couple different guys out there to find out what they could do in certain situations, and it didn't work out for us. And we ended up losing a ball game, really in a game that we really kind of dominated throughout the first 6-7 innings, and let it slip away from us there late at the ball game.
So now you go into conference play this weekend. I think 5-3 is your record right now going into conference play. Talk about where you are as far as your win-loss record is, and what that means for you going into conference play.
Well, it's kind of like I told the guys. Every game's important. When you're a team that your expectations are to be playing at the end of the year, as far as World Series and regionals, every game's important. You can't take a game off like yesterday. Yesterday was a huge game for us regionally, even though it wasn't a conference game. It was a regional game, and we let it slip away from us. And that's the same thing we run into this weekend. Not only is it conference games, but we have to look at it as regional games as well. But in a sense, it's also kind of a new season. Yes, we are 5-3, but our first goal that this team set was to win the regular season championship, and that starts tomorrow. It doesn't matter what your non-conference record is. Our first goal was to win the GAC regular season championship. That starts tomorrow when the conference opens up. Got a very good team coming to town, Southwestern Oklahoma. I think they're 5-0 right now. They're swinging it really well. They got a couple of really good pitchers. Defensively, they're pretty sound, so really, really good team coming to town. Like I said, we've just got to clean up some of the mistakes that we've had over the last couple of games. We are going at it kind of depleted, so we are facing some adversity early in the year, which is good because, like I said, it finds out what type of team you're made out of. With a couple of our starting pitchers, kind of under the weather and some injuries and other things that are, might keep them from playing this weekend. But overall, like I said, we're not making excuses. That gives somebody else an opportunity to step up and perform, and that's what we're looking for. It's because, at the end of the year, you've got to have more than just 1 or 2 guys that you can count on. You've got to have 9 guys out that you can count on, and a couple guys on the bench. And so that's where we're at. Really good weekend. The weather's supposed to be nice, a little cool, but should be, good weather to come out. Watch us open conference up.
All right, so you open conference up this weekend. The midweek game next week, traveling to LSU Shreveport, and talk about what you expect there.
Well, that's one of those games you definitely don't want to look past this weekend because, it's huge. But, LSU Shreveport, I think they're preseason #2 or maybe even #1 in the nation, NAIA. We play those guys for a reason every year, and that's because, truthfully, when we schedule them, when we go to those games, we know that quite possibly maybe the best team we play all year. And traditionally they're strong. They finished, they were in the top, they finished, I think, third in the World Series last year. Got a lot of same guys returning. They'll be a very good test. And like I said, we got to take care of business this weekend. But the way our schedule is, there is no time for rest, because you get past one good opponent, you get a day to rest and think about it, and you got to turn around and get on the bus and go play somebody else. So we will, after this weekend, we will travel to Shreveport and play a very good ball team down there.
All right, Coach, we wish you the best of luck this weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.